This is Apostle Islands, National Lakeshore, Wisconsin. So there's 3 national lakeshores in the country. Sleeping Bear Dunes 2 days ago, Michigan, Lower Peninsula. Pictured Rocks yesterday, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and then today, north of Wisconsin at Lake Superior, Apostle Islands. It's the only hike you can actually do in the park, because most of the land is islands or water. But this is an OAB, I think it's called the Lakeshore Trail, that way. And then I'm going to check out this beach here. Looking to do about 4 miles and hopefully get some pretty cool lake views again. Lake Superior, Wisconsin shoreline, which is really small compared to Minnesota's, Michigan's, and Ontario's. But nice enough they can have a national lake shore. You can see the cliffs out there, which I'm going to be going to. The water is quite a bit darker and less clear compared to Lake Superior and Lake Michigan the last 2 days. Six miles one way. Looks like I'm 1.8 miles, so I'm going to do this one. I think go a little bit past that, or I might be doing this one maybe. The bowl is probably what I want to do. This is 2.2 miles here. This is 2.4 here. That's a long one. Winter bears. Yeah, right here. Gonna go sea caves and back. Long boardwalk section. I have to say the hikers around here are not super friendly compared to the Northeast. I don't know, maybe that's because the hikes aren't as hard, so you get a less serious crowd. Not sure, but I find the hikers in the White Mountains to be really friendly. Every step on this trail so far, maybe a quarter mile in, has been on this wooden boardwalk plank. Not even sure why. It's been raining a lot, or at least it was raining a lot. There's a lot of mud in Michigan. There's clearly none here, so I don't know why they put this in. Alright, just hit a mile. It's a little bit of bonus mileage walking around the parking lot, walking to the beach, which I don't have to do on the way back. But I'm still probably 0.8 in. I'm still on the boardwalks. Kind of crazy. Never seen anything like that before. I don't really know if they're necessary. Probably rather walk on the dirt. The forest is a little bit different. Yesterday, Sleeping Bear Dunes had no forest. Yesterday I was talking about pictured rocks, deciduous forest, tall trees. Looks just like Rhode Island, Connecticut. But this is a mix of a lot of different plant species. Then you got more like birch trees, I guess. I'm no expert on that. But there's pines in there. It's different. I'd say this is probably not somewhere you could find in Rhode Island, Connecticut. But yeah, I don't. It's not something that's common in southern New England for sure. There's the end. So it's 0.7 miles officially. Not sure I'd buy that. Only 1.1 mile. Oh, never mind. Begins again. 1.1 miles to the shore. Finally off that. Much prefer to walk on dirt. So that's nice. cool gorge crevice there. Shows 0.4 miles to the bowl, so I'll walk out to there and then flip around, head back. Not much of a hike, really not much in the way of views so far, but we'll see what this next part looks like. It's interesting, this one has the warnings that you should stay away from the cliffs. Yesterday, no warnings, and it was like, I want to say I almost fell off the cliff, but there were a couple parts where, you know, if I wasn't paying attention, took a couple more steps, easily fall to death. Here we go. Water is much darker compared to yesterday, or at least the water right up to the cliffs. Still really nice views, you know, it's a gigantic lake. Also, pine dominated growth on the cliffs, unlike the last 2 days. Pretty cool spot here. As they say, fall off the cliff. Honestly though, yesterday was just like a straight cliff drop. This one at least like slides down, so you can, I don't know, grab a tree. And even if you did fall in, you'd go into the water, so not as dangerous as yesterday. Not as high of a vantage point as yesterday. I don't know what that is, 100 feet. Yesterday was probably like double that. I mean, of course, I'm not going to jump in. I would think you could jump from here and be a hard impact, but I don't think you get injured unless it's too shallow or something. Not advising that, but for sure. Yeah, it's a nice vantage point. Huge lake. You can actually see the other side, so I don't know what that is, if that's Ontario or some peninsula. Maybe it's, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Here you can definitely jump off. I checked my Strava map, and that is Minnesota. You know, nowhere near Michigan, I guess. But Minnesota kind of, the top of it curves north of Wisconsin. Cool cave formation. I heard it, I think it's pretty common to like kayak through here. Different than yesterday. Yesterday was those, I don't know my rocks, but yesterday was just white cliffs, and then today's clearly orange. Alright, so I'm turning back. I don't know, I think it might end up being like 5 miles. Pretty easy hike though, or walk. Still great views, cool caves, cliffs. Lake Superior, super vast, a little bit different from yesterday with Minnesota jutting out. So there is some land on the other side, but not as cool as the two hikes, other hikes I did, walks, whatever. Sleeping Bear Dunes and Pictured Rocks. So I'd have to say this one would come in third place. Although to be fair, this one, islands is literally in the name. I think the highlights are going out and exploring the islands, which I won't be doing because that has a lot of time, and then you gotta probably pay for a ferry service. But that would certainly be a cool thing to do. That's gonna be a wrap on Apostle Islands. Cool spot, but maybe not necessarily worth it if you've been to Pictured Rocks, because it's just like a smaller version of that, or at least this hike was.